Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of 5 Questions With. This is where I ask 5 questions to another running YouTuber and we get to hear some great answers. Well, today's guest isn't just a runner, he's also a very keen cyclist, and he combines both cycling and running on his channel. His name's Ian and his channel is Tyres and Trainers. Now, I'm not much of a cyclist myself. I do own a bike and I like to take the kids out on the trails on these nice summer weekends. But even though I'm not much of a cyclist, I've still really enjoyed the cycling content as well as the running content on Ian's channel. So let's get straight into 5 Questions With Tyres and Trainers.
Chris, thank you very much for inviting me onto your channel. I've been a long time subscriber, really enjoy the content, so the chance to feature on your channel is really appreciated. Thanks for the questions, they're pretty interesting. I'm hoping the answers are going to be as interesting, so let's crack on. So I've always ran. I ran in school a lot, but it was probably 2014 where I gave myself permission to be called a runner. Before that, it was always a sport that I did to benefit something else I was doing at the time. So, for example, during my early 20s, I was very keen Muay Thai boxer, did a lot of training for that, and running was a quick and dirty way of getting ring fit. 2014, I did my first half marathon, and since then I've really just realised that running is an enjoyable sport. It was always a tool before, and now it's something that I do for relaxation and for the enjoyment of it. I'm lucky where I live. I previously lived in the Forest of Dean, and now I live in Ross-on-Wye, which is only a few miles up the road, but I'm surrounded by woodland, stunning countryside, stunning viewpoints. I'm very lucky, and running is a fantastic way of getting out and seeing some of the local countryside. That's a good question. Which do I prefer? I love them both equally, if I'm really honest. As the t-shirt shows, running, cycling and coffee, my 3 loves in life. Okay, so I've identified as being a cyclist for a lot longer. I saved up, when I was 11, I was doing 3 paper rounds. I was delivering 600 papers a week for £6 a week to save up for my first bike. I'd found the bike I wanted in a catalogue. I'd cut it out, I'd stuck it on my bedroom wall, and that was my motivation. All of my money, birthdays, Christmases as an 11-year-old, went towards buying this bike, and when I got it, it was the best day of my life to that point. I loved it more than anything. I cleaned it pretty much every day. I loved it. I absolutely loved that bike. I guess I've never had that kind of emotional connection to running, if that makes sense. But I love running for the simplicity of it. I love the fact that if I've had a bad day, I can throw my shoes on and go and run myself into the ground and come back completely de-stressed. No worries. It's quick, it's easy. When the weather's bad, I prefer to run than I do to ride. When it's really nice, hot day, as the weather we've been having at the moment in the UK, this heat wave, I would rather go out and ride my bike. There's a place for both in my life, very special place for both in my life. I have done triathlons before. When I was at college, I was pretty good at triathlons. I entered a few local events and won them. I've done biathlons, and if you visit my channel, once I get my target race for this year out of the way, I'm actually going to be doing a duathlon in November. I think I'm going to go towards multi-sport again, if I'm honest. I don't want to say too much. I've got plans for 2019, let's put it that way. Yeah, I've got plans. Okay, my favourite race. I have an admission, when it comes to running and running events, I'm a complete butterfly, and what I mean by that is I flit. I never revisit an event that I've done previously and see how I've progressed. There's a lot of really good events locally, and I've done a lot of them, but I've never gone back and revisited and tried to improve on previous performances. So I guess my favourite running event is probably the last one I've done, and after I've done the next one, it'll be that one. In terms of cycling though, there is one event which I hold very close to my heart. It's 2412. It's the one that I am training for at the moment. It's taking place on the 28th, 29th of this month. It's a 12-hour cycle race which is held down in Plymouth. I'm doing it solo this year. It's the first time I'm going to be doing the event solo. I normally do it with my brother-in-law. It's a really friendly event. It's a great course. Everyone who takes part is friendly and happy. It's the closest cycling event to a running event, if that makes sense, because I love the friendliness and the family atmospheres you get at running events. You tend not to get that at cycling events. Cycling events tend to be a little bit more elitist, which I don't like. 2412 is not like that. We go as a family. There's 8 of us that go down. They have a kids race, they have kids activities, and then there's this big event that lasts all weekend, and that one I love. I've only missed 1 year of that in the last 7 or 8 years. I love it that much, and I can't wait for this one. So drones are still really big investments. I do use the drone. I don't use it as much as I should do, and that's probably a little bit of laziness on my part, because you get some fantastic footage. It's a great tool. Maybe I've been too lazy, but some tips for people that are considering drones. I guess really critically consider whether you're going to use it as much as you think you will. There's a lot of time involved in planning a drone shot. The batteries don't last that long, so you need to be really quite focused and consider what you're going to do before you do it. I think that using a drone is probably easier if there's more than one of you as well. I've tried to do the follow me function that my drone has, and unfortunately running in woodland doesn't seem to work that well. So I guess if you're considering a drone, think about if you can maybe use it with somebody else. So Flo and Nord use drones to great effect. There's 2 of them running, and they're stunningly shot. I'm a little bit amateur in comparison to that. I'm learning, and I really want to start utilising it more. Borrow one before you buy, I guess, is my #1 tip for a drone. So the future for Tyres and Trainers, I guess I want to continue growing the channel. I want to reach 100 subscribers this year. My original plan was to reach 200. I'd be really pleased to reach 100 subscribers by the end of 2018. I want to improve my storytelling, and I want to develop my technical skills. I love the process of editing and putting together a video, and I want to really make sure that I'm doing the best job that I can. Maybe I need to give it more time than I have been previously. What else? Multi-sport. I'm going to be doing some stuff next year, I think. Worst kept secret in the world, but I'm going to start doing some triathlons. I want to keep bringing people along my journey and showing my development as a content creator on YouTube and as a athlete, runner, cyclist, swimmer, triathlete, whatever it might be. But I want to show my development as Ian, I guess. So thank you very much, Chris. I really do appreciate the opportunity to do this collaboration with you. And I've got to be honest, the process of receiving the questions and giving them some consideration has been a really enjoyable process. I've really loved sitting down with a pen and pad and just putting some thoughts down about who I am as a content creator, and also what I want to achieve, and more about me as a runner, rider, cyclist, whatever you want to call me. So thank you very much, and I want to say thank you for your channel as well. I've really enjoyed the content you've put out so far. I'm looking forward to watching your journey with your events in the future. You've done some great stuff this year, so thank you very much. I'm hoping that your subscribers have enjoyed what I've put together, and if you would love to, if you'd like to go over and have a look at my channel, then I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all soon.
Thanks, Ian, for answering my questions. I really enjoyed those answers, and it's great to hear that you're going to be taking part in a triathlon next year. I think that's really going to make for some really good watching on your channel. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed tonight's episode, and if you did, please do give it a like And if you're new to Ian's channel, head over there now, go check it out, and do subscribe to his channel as well. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, it would be really nice if you'd hit that subscribe button now. Well, that's it for tonight's episode, but we'll be back again soon for another episode with another great guest. Goodbye for now.